Ever wonder why some Ford hybrids last over 300,000 miles while others die early? It's not luck, it's maintenance. Small mistakes like skipping coolant checks, ignoring warning lights, or short city drives quietly wreck your battery, inverter, and motor before you even notice. Hi, I'm RJ. After 20 years of working on Fusions, Escapes, and C-Max hybrids, I've seen the same preventable failures repeat. Today I'll share the key maintenance habits that keep these hybrids reliable, efficient, and out of the repair shop. Let's start with the hybrid's heart, the high-voltage battery pack. One of the most overlooked parts of any Ford hybrid is the battery cooling system. Unlike conventional cars, these hybrid batteries work hard in every traffic condition. They charge and discharge constantly, which generates a surprising amount of heat. In hot climates or heavy traffic, the heat builds faster than most owners think. Fortunately, Ford designed a dedicated liquid cooling system to manage it, but when that system fails, the outcome isn't pretty. I've noticed one big issue with early models, especially 2013 through 2017 Fusions and C-Max hybrids. Clogged cooling fans, blocked vents, and dust buildup inside the pack shroud. These problems don't seem serious until the performance drops. Owners often describe a gradual loss of power, strange warning lights, or the dreaded service hybrid system alert. By the time those symptoms appear, cell damage is already underway. Hybrid batteries are made up of dozens of small cells working in perfect balance. And when a few overheat from poor cooling, the pack starts to drift out of sync. Another recurring issue is coolant leaks around the pack. Hoses dry out, connections loosen, or the pump slows down with age. Even a small loss of coolant efficiency makes a big difference. One of my regular customers had a Fusion that lost nearly 30% of its battery capacity in under 5 years, all because the cooling fan wasn't spinning correctly. Maintenance tip: inspect the cooling fan and vents regularly. A soft brush or shop vac can clear debris before it causes heat buildup. Make sure no loose cargo or seat covers block the rear intake vents inside the cabin. And if the fan ever gets noisy, don't ignore it. A failing fan motor overheats fast. Check coolant specific to the hybrid battery loop, not just the engine coolant, and follow Ford's schedule for flushing, usually around 100,000 miles. Catch the problem early and a repair might cost $300. Ignore it and you're looking at $3,500 to $5,000 for battery pack replacement. Pro tip from the shop: some technicians install a small cabin air filter media piece at the fan intake. It blocks lint and dust before it reaches the blower. It costs about $1 and can add years to cooling fan life. Next up is the inverter, often called the brain of your hybrid's power delivery system. This component handles a tremendous workload, converting DC voltage from your hybrid battery into AC power for the electric motor, and then back again when you're braking and regenerating energy. Every second the car moves, the inverter is managing the transfer of high-voltage current. Under the hood, it deals with tough conditions. Daily heat cycles, vibration, and under-hood humidity slowly wear delicate internal components like capacitors and solder joints. In early Ford Fusion, Escape, and C-Max models, failing thermal paste and clogged coolant lines have been a recurring issue. When cooling flow weakens, inverter temperatures soar, which speeds up the breakdown of internal circuits. Early symptoms often go unnoticed. Slightly reduced acceleration, EV mode suddenly disengaging, or random limp mode activations. I once worked on a 2014 C-Max that stalled intermittently at traffic lights. After diagnostics, the inverter temperature sensors showed constant spikes above safe limits. A small cooling pump slowdown was behind it, but if left untreated, that failure would have cost the owner nearly $3,000 in replacement parts. Maintenance advice: after a cold start, always drive gently for the first few minutes. Aggressive driving before full warm-up can overburden the inverter while its coolant temperature stabilizes. Regularly check the coolant lines feeding the inverter. Even small leaks or blockages matter. And if you notice new mechanical noises like light whining, clicking, or electrical hum near the unit, schedule a check immediately. Shop trick: during major services, apply thermal paste between the inverter's power module and cooling plate. This low-cost repair improves heat transfer and is one of the simplest ways to extend inverter life beyond its expected range. Now, let's move to the braking system, one of the smartest yet most misunderstood parts of a Ford hybrid. Regenerative braking doesn't just stop your car, it actually converts the vehicle's kinetic energy into electrical power, recharging the high-voltage battery while reducing mechanical brake wear. When this system operates correctly, it saves tremendous energy, but if ignored, it can turn into one of the most expensive headaches for hybrid owners. Components like the motor generator clutch, electronic brake booster, pressure sensors, and hydraulic control valves all play a part in regeneration. Over time, brake fluid breaks down and contaminants build within the circuits. Moisture absorption in old fluid is particularly risky because hybrid braking systems operate at higher pressure cycles than traditional brakes. Even a small amount of moisture can cause corrosion or erratic sensor readings. I once had a Fusion hybrid come in with a brake system service light flashing. The owner shrugged it off as just a sensor issue. Within 2 weeks, braking smoothness dropped, charge recovery stopped working, and the regen clutch failed entirely. A $2,200 job that could have been avoided with a $120 service. Best practices? Bleed and replace brake fluid every 2 to 3 years, regardless of mileage. During each oil change, take 5 minutes to inspect for leaks around calipers and listen for inconsistent braking sounds. If pedal feel ever changes, mushy, noisy, or sticky, don't delay diagnosis. Clean rotors and pads also help regenerative systems work efficiently. Avoid sitting with your foot on the brake after long stops. It can cause rotor warping and confuse pedal sensors. And here's some insight from the shop. Consistent, moderate braking builds the best balance between friction and regeneration, optimizing both pad life and charging performance over time. One of the simplest components in your Ford hybrid might be the most misunderstood: the 12-volt auxiliary battery. Even though the hybrid system primarily depends on the high-voltage pack to move the vehicle, everything starts with that small 12-volt unit. Without it, the computers, contactors, and hybrid control modules simply won't boot up. When the 12-volt battery weakens, you might see strange electrical behavior, random warning lights, flickering screens, or hybrid system fault messages that seem to point to bigger issues. Many owners panic, thinking their high-voltage battery has failed. In my experience, roughly 1 in 3 hybrids towed in for battery failure just needed a 12-volt replacement. The 12-volt battery powers communication relays and electronic systems that initialize the hybrid start sequence. When voltage drops below critical thresholds, even briefly, the hybrid computer locks out the system as a protective measure. The car then mimics a dead hybrid battery. Maintenance advice? Test your 12-volt battery yearly, especially after the 3-year mark. Clean terminals with baking soda and water to prevent corrosion. Loose connections create voltage drops that confuse sensors and may trigger false codes. If your hybrid sits unused for long periods, connect a quality battery maintainer. Hybrids constantly draw tiny electrical loads for memory and monitoring functions, which can drain a small battery within weeks. Recharging a fully drained battery repeatedly shortens its lifespan dramatically. A 12-volt replacement averages around $150. Cheap compared to a tow or diagnostic misfire. Simple proactive care of this small battery prevents a surprising percentage of mystery hybrid issues and saves owners both money and stress. If there's one maintenance area no hybrid owner can afford to overlook, it's cooling. Ford hybrids are unique because they rely on multiple separate coolant systems, one for the gasoline engine, another for the inverter, and in some models a third for the electric drive motor or battery pack. Each circuit plays a crucial role in keeping thermal balance throughout the drivetrain. Coolant leaks start small but end in disaster if dismissed. I once repaired a 2015 Escape hybrid that kept triggering inverter temperature fault codes. The owner had noticed a pink film under the radiator cap, but never investigated. Turned out the coolant mix was contaminated with standard green fluid, not the Ford-approved hybrid orange. The mismatch caused chemical reaction buildups that restricted flow through the inverter's cooling plate. The fix involved a new inverter and heat exchanger, racking up close to $4,300 in parts and labor. Low coolant not only damages the inverter but can also overheat the internal combustion engine under hybrid load transitions. Since hybrids shut engines off and on frequently, The rapid temperature cycling intensifies stress on gaskets, thermostats, and sensors. Maintenance tip? Inspect coolant levels monthly, both the engine and hybrid reservoir. At every service, run a pressure test to find slow leaks before they escalate. Replace coolant every 100,000 miles or sooner if discoloration appears. Some shop insight. Add a UV dye to hybrid coolant during service visits. It makes hidden leaks around hoses or pumps visible under a simple black light, catching failures before costly overheating occurs. Remember, proper coolant type and circulation equal inverter health, motor efficiency, and long battery life. Most hybrid owners think short distances equal less wear. Ironically, that's not true. Ford hybrids are engineered to regularly reach and maintain operating temperatures, something that only happens during moderate to long drives. Constant short trips and excessive idling are silent battery killers, and here's why. When the gas engine barely runs and the hybrid system cycles too frequently between electric and combustion mode, the battery cells never reach a balanced state. The inverter, heater core, and catalytic converter stay cooler than they should, causing condensation buildup and uneven voltage across the battery modules. I had one customer who drove just 3 miles each day to work. After 3 years, their battery state of health dropped to 60%. The car still ran, but fuel economy tanked and acceleration slowed. The shallow daily charge cycles and idle-heavy routine damaged cell equilibrium. Maintenance recommendation? Every 1 to 2 weeks, take your hybrid on a steady 30 to 50 mile highway drive. At sustained speed, the inverter operates efficiently, coolant cycles correctly, and battery cells rebalance. Extended drives burn off fuel moisture and maintain exhaust temperature, protecting oxygen sensors and catalytic converters. Avoid letting your hybrid idle for long stretches in ready mode. Doing that drains the 12-volt battery, risks condensation in the exhaust, and doesn't sufficiently charge the high-voltage system. Shop trick: periodic drives also prevent sulfur buildup on motor contacts caused by low electrical load operation. Think of it as your hybrid's version of a rejuvenating run to stay in shape. Regular exercise keeps both gas and electric components in harmony. Tires might seem unrelated to hybrid electronics, but trust me, they matter more than most owners think. Ford hybrids weigh several hundred pounds more than their gasoline-only counterparts. And that extra weight changes suspension angles, affects alignment settings, and accelerates tire wear if neglected. Uneven tire pressure or alignment forces the electric motor to compensate for drag inconsistencies. This not only increases rolling resistance, but stresses inverter output and regenerative brake timing. Essentially, your tires communicate directly with your hybrid drivetrain every second you drive. One customer came in complaining about reduced EV range on their Fusion hybrid. After checking everything under the hood, the culprit turned out to be a mismatched rear tire, off by just 2 psi and unevenly worn. Fixing pressure and alignment restored the range nearly overnight. Maintenance advice? Rotate your tires every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Hybrid-specific, low-resistance tires need even wear to function properly. Keep pressure consistent. Even a few psi differences can alter hybrid energy recovery calculations. Always measure tires cold and use a digital gauge for accuracy, since TPMS alerts can lag behind real pressure loss. Annual alignments are especially critical for front-wheel drive hybrids like Fusion or Escape models. Poor alignment strains front electrical motor mounts and can trigger steering vibration during regenerative braking. Extra tip? Check the suspension bushings and struts, at least yearly. Since hybrids are heavier, these parts wear faster and affect alignment geometry. Spending roughly $150 to $200 yearly on tire maintenance saves far more in motor and inverter wear over time. Smooth tires equals smoother regeneration, and that translates to better economy and less drivetrain stress. Here's something few owners realize. Hybrid performance depends as much on software as it does on hardware. Modern Ford hybrids use dozens of control modules to manage engine timing, inverter temperature, brake regeneration, and battery balancing. Each system requires precise calibration, and over time, Ford often releases update patches to fine-tune performance. Ignoring updates can lead to subtle inefficiencies that grow into expensive failures. I had a client with a 2016 Fusion Hybrid whose regenerative braking kept disengaging unpredictably. After diagnostics, we discovered it was running an outdated brake control module version. A quick software update corrected the calibration. No parts needed, no charge at the dealership. Maintenance recommendation? At least twice a year, check your VIN on Ford's official website or through the Ford Pass app for available software updates and technical service bulletins. These often address inverter cooling logic, energy management improvements, and drive mode optimization. For tech-savvy owners, some advanced OBD2 scanners allow limited module access or reset adaptive parameters after major component replacements. This helps ensure that new parts can speak properly with the rest of the system. Updates can also adjust fan speeds, modify hybrid clutch engagement, and even improve fuel economy. They're free through dealerships for affected vehicles, but all too often they're ignored. Pro tip: whenever you service your hybrid, ask the technician to check for calibration updates. It's a 5-minute check that can spare you hundreds in preventable faults. Staying current on software issues ensures your hybrid system runs at peak performance, mechanically and digitally. Ford hybrids have proven to be some of the most durable and efficient cars when properly maintained. They combine the reliability of a gasoline engine with the fuel savings of an electric drive, but both systems depend on consistent attention. Ignore the signs, and even the best hybrids can fall victim to costly problems. So, have you made any of these mistakes before? If you're new to owning a Ford hybrid, implementing these strategies early can save thousands of dollars down the road. If you've already owned one for years, it's never too late to update old habits. Take care of your inverter, clean your cooling fans, keep fluids fresh and tires healthy, and never underestimate the importance of a simple software update. These small actions keep your hybrid running smoothly, efficiently, and more dependably, mile after mile. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to subscribe for more real-world hybrid insights. In my next video, I'll break down the secrets to extending your Ford hybrid's battery life beyond 300,000 miles with techniques straight from the shop floor.